About 6 months ago, the official release of the EX90 took place. However, there are still no driving videos or test drives available on YouTube. It is reported that the final production version has not been confirmed yet, and recently even the Excellence version of the EX90 has been announced. Originally, the limited edition Excellence version was supposed to come out after the mass production version was confirmed. But this time, a special model was released before the mass production gets started to be sold. So I have gathered some highlights from several static reviews of the EX90 currently be found on YouTube. Additionally, we will briefly look into Excellence version to see what makes it so special. First of all, let's talk about the electric pop-up door handle. Recently, there has been an issue of whether it is possible to quickly open the door from the outside in case of an electric car accident. However, Volvo claims that their handle is strong enough to push it through even if it gets stuck with ice in the winter. However, if the handle doesn't pop up due to battery issues or any other reasons, the door can still be opened manually, so there is no need to worry about this part with Volvo. Now, let's listen to the headlamp operation sound.
Hit me, Mike.
One of the high-end features of the closing function is also applied. The charging port opens by pressing the cover directly, similar to the previous method. Looking at the door switch configuration, there is not much difference in the rear, except that the operation switch has become larger. However, the configuration has changed on the driver's side. With two switches and one button for the power windows, you first select which windows to operate before push or pull Windows buttons. It is similar to the type of the Volkswagen ID.4. Although it has a simple design, the intuitiveness of the operation is questionable. We will have to wait and see if users will adapt well to the changes. The seats of the EX90 look very similar to the previous Volvo seat, with a slightly larger and wider upper backrest. The previous electric seat controller had this shape. In case of ultimate specification, the seat can be adjusted electrically in 16 directions. However, the controller for the EX90 is designed to be similar like this. In the demonstration video, it looks like only 6 directions are electrically adjustable, 2 for forward backward movement, 2 for height, and 2 for backrest angle. It doesn't seem like the seat cushion angle can be adjusted electrically. However, according to the official information released so far, the seat can be electrically adjusted in 8 directions, and the extension of the seat cushion length can only be done manually. This button might be responsible for selecting the functions, but we will have to wait for more detailed demonstration videos to find out exactly how many options are available. At the initial release, there were no labels indicating the function of the steering wheel switches, but recent reviews have made it clear. It seems that the left switches are for semi-autonomous driving and the right one is for media control. However, one puzzling thing is that these buttons are not separate and are integrated into one button. This raised concerns about confusion with other functions during button press. Well-known reviewers have different opinions on this issue. Some say that it is a physical button, while others say it is a combination of a physical and electrostatic touch. However, the action seems to recognize button touches. So it appears to first recognize which function the finger is on using an electrostatic method, and then operates by performing the corresponding function when the button is pressed. The small driver's instrument panel is attached to the steering wheel, so it moves along with the steering wheel when adjusting its height and distance. I initially thought that this was still a manual system, but it turns out that it is electrically adjustable. Volvo has finally added an electrically adjustable steering column feature to its vehicles. This feature can be activated from the center monitor, but it's unclear whether the controls are on the screen or if the seat adjustment buttons are used. The large dial switch in the center supports press, rotate, left and right movement functions. It appears that the function is limited to simple audio control since it doesn't support up and down movement. The wide storage compartment at the bottom appears to be quite useful, and the armrest storage compartment in the middle, which can be divided into two labels by a barrier, also looks quite practical. The door pockets also have ambient lighting. The lever for opening the second row seats to access the third row has always been my least favorite feature. The previous lever was too flimsy and not durable, and I have experienced it breaking during use. Unfortunately, the EX90 has maintained the same structure and can still easily break if not handled carefully. To open the seats, you need to push the seat backrest. Do not force the lever to move seat forward.
You're gonna take it and push forward.
The built-in booster seat in the center seat also has the same structure as before. The structure that seems weak and unexquisite, I often hear the question, is this normal? The cup holder covers have been updated to be bidirectional in the EX90, perhaps due to the significant difference in performance compared to the conventional internal combustion engines to prevent cups from tipping over during proper acceleration. The touch panel for the air conditioning system in the second row no longer has the awkward screen lock feature with a key symbol. As I was watching the reviews, I noticed that I couldn't see any handles on the A pillar and B pillar, so I checked the official build-up site but still couldn't see any handles. Does this mean it's a confirmed specification? It's a SUV with a high riding position, not a sedan, and there are no handles to hold on to when the car sways? Is it okay without them? The folding of the third row seats has been changed to electric, and you can also control it from the inside panel of the rear door. Of course, there are switches on both the left and right side. One unique aspect of the third row seats is that they include ISOFIX. The previous XC90 didn't have ISOFIX in the third row. Therefore, if you install a car seat in the second row, you couldn't fold the seat to enter the third row. It makes the third row useless. If ISOFIX is included in the third row, it is expected to significantly improve the usability. Finally, there is now a place in the trunk to store the cover. Recently, the Polestar 4 unveiled, which reportedly changes transparency of its panoramic sunroof through electrical operation. It seems that the transparency changes rather than the density becoming black. We will have to see how effective it is. However, while the Polestar 4 is priced lower than the EX90 and Polestar 3, it has this feature, whereas it is not available on higher tier models. This is a bit of an inconsistent production configuration. Volvo and Polestar have not yet released a clear production version for the EX90 and Polestar 3, and one reason may be because additional specification could be added. They may have showcased this feature in the Polestar 4 presentation for the first time, and also may have a plan to include it in the EX90 and Polestar 3 later. It is believed that this feature must be included in the EX90 and Polestar 3. Moving on the recently announced EX90 Excellence, Volvo seems to have followed the luxury concept of other brands. The seats have two independent designs that resemble the front seats, and the armrest has a touch panel with wood skin. However, only the heating and massage functions are displayed. And it is uncertain if the leg support will unfold. The previous XC90 Excellence had ventilation for the second row seats, and it is expected that the new EX90 will also have this feature. Overall, the previous XC90 Excellence seems to have a better overall design and details than the new EX90 Excellence. Is this just one perspective of mine? Shall we broaden our perspective for a moment? It's better to stop watching.